Have you ever wondered why, despite your commitment to eating well, exercising a little, and following a lifestyle that you consider correct, you feel your legs getting weaker and weaker? Why did those stairs you used to climb without thinking now seem like insurmountable mountains? Or why does getting up from a chair require an effort you didn't know about before? Is it just the normal aging process, or is there something else, a hidden factor that is slowly eating away at you, day by day? You might be in for a surprise here. You see, it's not always a question of what you're not doing. Sometimes the problem lies in what you're already doing, convinced that you're acting for your own good, for your own health. Most older people make a silent mistake every day with absolute certainty, believing they are making the right choice because all their lives they have been told that fruit is healthy, natural, a real panacea. And for the most part, that's true. But here's the reality that no one talks about. Not all fruit is created equal, especially for those over 60 who want to maintain their senior health. In fact, some fruits, the very ones you may consume every week thinking you're eating a balanced diet and a healthy diet, can gradually weaken your legs, cause knee pain, worsen joint inflammation, and make every step more tiring. Fruits advertised as healthy foods can actually be sneaky enemies of your mobility, balance, and leg strength. Before we go any further, if you find this information about senior health useful, I ask you for a small gesture. Like this video and share it with the people you care about. It could make a difference for them. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tips on senior health and healthy living. You see, as we age, our bodies change. Circulation can weaken, metabolism slows, and foods that used to be good for us can now start to do us harm in subtle ways, especially certain fruits. They may look innocent, taste sweet and inviting. However, they contain significant amounts of acids, specific carbohydrates, and other substances that can unbalance your blood sugar levels, trigger joint inflammation, and, in the long run, sap the energy of your legs. And the worst part? The damage is gradual, almost imperceptible, until one day you feel that persistent pain in your calves, that discomfort in your thighs, or that strange stiffness in your knees after a simple walk. Today, we will reveal the 7 fruits that I call silent killers of leg energy, the ones that every person over 60 should consider very carefully or even avoid, especially if you want to protect your legs from damage, pain, and long-term weakening. Despite their apparent innocence, none of these fruits are. After hearing the truth, you may never look at your fruit salad the same way again. Follow me to the end if you value your strength and want to keep your legs stable, strong, and pain-free. Maybe your body is waiting for this very alarm bell. Let's start with the first fruit on our list. It is often praised for its supposed ability to reduce inflammation. However, in older people, it may have the exact opposite effect. Let's talk about pineapple, the anti-inflammatory false friend. Ah, pineapple, tropical, juicy, refreshing. For years, it has been celebrated as a natural anti-inflammatory thanks to a substance called bromelain. But here's the twist. While many think pineapple reduces inflammation, for older adults it may be a hidden cause of problems. Pineapple contains powerful acids and a significant amount of natural sugars. And these sugars are not as harmless as they seem, especially if you are over 60. As we age, our blood vessels become more delicate and sensitive. They no longer respond to sugar swings as they once did. Pineapple, despite its theoretical benefits, adds a hefty dose of natural sugar to the blood, causing a rapid increase in blood sugar. This spike can damage the small veins that supply blood to the legs, feet, and muscles. Over time, circulation worsens, less oxygen reaches the legs, and the result? Pain, fatigue, swelling. That dull, nagging pain in your legs after a short walk? That stiffness in your knees when you stand? Ankles that suddenly hurt even though you've been sitting? It could be pineapple, and that's not all. The acidity in pineapple can irritate your joints, especially if you already have inflammation or arthritis. It's like throwing gasoline on the fire that's already burning in your ankles, hips, and knees. Some even notice a feeling of heaviness in the legs after eating pineapple, as if their strength is gradually ebbing away. And if you take medications, especially blood thinners, bromelain can interact, making some medications too strong or ineffective. The damage is subtle, but real. Let's move on to the second fruit, bananas, the imposter of muscle energy. Soft, sweet, rich in potassium. A staple food for many, recommended to give energy, prevent cramps, and do good for the muscles. For the elderly, however, the story can be different. Bananas are packed with natural sugars and fast-digesting carbohydrates. This means that right after you eat them, your blood sugar levels will skyrocket. When this happens frequently, your body can start to develop insulin resistance. The result: poor circulation, increased inflammation, and your legs will suffer. You may feel that slight soreness when walking or climbing stairs, that heaviness in your legs after meals, that stiffness in your calves. But it doesn't stop there. Bananas can contribute to fluid retention, especially if you already have a bit of a heart condition. This translates into swollen feet and ankles and stiffer joints. The effect is silent. You eat them thinking they're helping your muscles, but they could, on the contrary, slowly sap your strength. The third fruit is grapes. Small berries, big inflammatory effect. Small, juicy, easy to eat as a snack. It also has a great reputation. Good for the heart, rich in antioxidants. However, most people ignore one crucial detail. Grapes, for seniors, can contribute to that annoying leg pain, stiffness, and inflammation. Why? Grapes contain fructose, a sugar that in high concentrations can be problematic. It is metabolized directly by the liver, and when the liver can't handle it all, it turns into fat and uric acid. This is where the real damage begins, especially in your toes, ankles, and knees. Uric acid builds up in your joints, causing that intermittent pain, that burning, that swelling, that shooting pain in your big toe at night, that unexpected stiffness in your calves. A handful of grapes could be to blame. And fructose also fuels chronic inflammation in your body, leading to slower movement and more stiffness. It's also a fruit that's all too easy to overindulge in. Now let's talk about watermelon, the false hydrator. Light, refreshing, a symbol of summer and hydration. It seems impossible that this very watery fruit could harm your legs, right? Everyone says that watermelon is an excellent way to hydrate, low in calories, almost all water. But here's the secret. Watermelon has an extremely high glycemic index. That means it quickly raises blood sugar levels, just like a candy bar. And for older adults, these frequent sugar spikes are bad for you, especially your legs. When blood sugar rises rapidly, the body releases insulin. But as we age, insulin regulation can become less efficient. This leads to inflammation, especially in areas where circulation is already compromised: calves, ankles, knees. Your legs may feel tired right after eating it or uncomfortable when walking. That strange, persistent swelling around your ankles? It could be her. Oranges, the acid attack on the joints. Fresh scent, symbol of vitamin C and health. Juices, breakfast, supplements. They are said to strengthen the immune system. However, for the elderly, especially over 60, oranges could hide an unpleasant reality: acidity, the sworn enemy of the joints. Oranges are rich in citric acid. While this may seem normal, it can cause mild but constant irritation in your joints, especially if your body is already battling inflammation, stiffness, or arthritis. You may experience gradual stiffness in your knees when you wake up, lingering pain in your hip, that nagging feeling in your legs after sitting for a long time. Citric acid enters the bloodstream and can exacerbate discomfort in the delicate tissues of the joints. When mixed with the natural sugar of the fruit, it also causes fluctuations in blood sugar. The result? Widespread inflammation. Green apples, the secret cause of leg pain. Crisp, clean-looking, and organic. Many, especially older adults, believe that green apples are the healthiest choice because they taste less sweet. They seem like a harmless, low-sugar snack. But beware, green apples may cause tiredness, stiffness, and leg pain. The culprits: malic acid and the hidden natural sugar. Malic acid, responsible for the sour taste, can be irritating to the digestive system of older adults and, once absorbed, can irritate tissues, including joints. Some people feel pain in their hips or thighs, others a slight heat in their feet or stiffness in their knees after eating them. And even though they are less sweet than red ones, they still contain sugars that can cause blood sugar fluctuations in those with a slow metabolism. And finally, mango, the sugar bomb for your joints. Juicy, soft, almost caramelized, a fruit loved by many. But here's the truth. Mango may be one of the most harmful fruits for seniors who suffer from joint weakness and leg pain. Why? It contains a huge amount of natural sugar, and I'm not talking about a little bit, but a massive dose that will make your blood sugar levels skyrocket quickly and violently. After 60, your metabolism changes. That sugar rush causes an insulin spike and subsequent crash. Each time this happens, your body creates deep inflammation in your joints, especially in the soft tissue around your ankles, hips, and knees. You may feel burning toes, a persistent tingling sensation, evening swelling in your feet, or an uncomfortable feeling of heaviness in your legs. Now, I know this information may seem a little alarming, especially if some of these fruits are among your favorites. But the good news is that there are many other fruits that, on the contrary, can support the health of your legs, reduce joint pain, and fight inflammation. Let's talk briefly about these therapeutic alternatives. What should seniors eat instead? Berries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. They are powerful anti-inflammatory agents, low in sugar and rich in antioxidants. They improve circulation, especially in the legs. Cherries, but in moderation. They can help reduce uric acid, relieving joint pain. Avocado, a real panacea for joint health, rich in good fats that reduce inflammation. Papaya. Its enzymes help reduce inflammation and aid digestion. It is gentle on the joints. Pears, perhaps accompanied by a small amount of fiber or protein, that offer a delicate sweetness without stressing the body. Remember, it's not just about eating fruit, it's about choosing the right one for your age and body right now. If you have come this far, it means one thing. You care about your health, your strength, your future. And I want you to hear this clearly. It is not too late to change. You still have time to recover. Getting older brings challenges, it's true. Pain, stiffness, and fear of falling can creep in gradually. But you can take charge with reasonable, modest changes, one choice at a time. Getting older doesn't mean giving up. It means getting wiser. You'll notice the difference when you start eating mindfully, choosing foods that support your strength, circulation, and joints. Less discomfort, more flexibility, happier mornings, and lighter steps. I would love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments what you learned today and what small change you are ready to make. Click the like button if this video was helpful to you. Subscribe so you don't miss out on other valuable information for your senior health. And always remember, your legs support your independence. Take care of them. Thanks for listening.